Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do my 33-week bump date. I haven't done this in so long. I just haven't had the time to like sit and film and do any of that. So I was like, you know what, let me just do a bump date just for the sake of the bump date because it's been forever, and I also want to just have this to look back on to see how I was doing in case I have another baby. Let me kind of catch you guys up because I think the last bump date I did, I think I was like 28, 29 weeks or 30 weeks or something like that. My husband's birthday was what, last month almost. No, not last month. It was like, I want to say like 2.5 weeks ago. We were driving in my brother's Lambo and it was such a bad idea because after that ride, I was driving in that car all day. After that ride, my baby turned breech, and it's been breech since then. I even went to the chiropractor to go get the baby turned, and they did the Webster technique. The baby flipped. It was in a good position, but now the baby just keeps turning head up. I don't know why it's doing that. I don't know what's going on, but I decided to stop going to the chiropractor and flipping the baby. I've went twice so far. I went yesterday, and then last night I felt the baby flip because I felt a lot of pressure close to my pelvis area. I could just feel her like coming out of my pelvis and then in my side, the side of my belly. So yeah, I know that she is breech. I could feel her head right by my ribs. And I'm not as scared as I was before, like when I had my daughter, because she was also breech. But because I've delivered a breech baby before, I know the process, and I know that I am a candidate to deliver breech babies. It doesn't really bother me or worry me too much. At first I was like super worried, but it's like, why am I going to stress myself out? Why am I going to worry? Why am I going to put that energy out there where it's not only affecting me but also my baby inside of me? So I'm just being positive. I'm just trying to not stress myself out about it because no good will come out of that. So I'm just gonna do what I can, which is my birth ball exercises, stretching, and trying to loosen up and make room in my pelvic floor for the baby. For now, I just want to enjoy the remaining of my pregnancy, and I don't want to like be poking my baby and flipping her and making her uncomfortable. So yeah, I mean, if she's gonna turn on her own, she'll turn, and if I need to have her turn, then I'll probably do the ECV procedure where they do it at the hospital, and that is literally like a week or even a few days before like the baby is ready to come. And that's that. And I have not been getting good sleep at all. I cannot get comfortable at night, which is crazy because I don't even feel like my belly is that big. Everyone keeps telling me like, what, you're 8 months? You're gonna be due soon. You can't even tell. Like, you're so small. You're carrying so small. Oh my gosh. Like, yes, my tummy is small, okay? But I don't know, that's just the way it is. I can't sleep at night. The baby moves like crazy. The other thing that I also wanted to let you guys know is when I went to go get my ultrasound, remember when my baby's tube was dilated? She had one of her bladder tubes were dilated or something of that sort. I went in for a checkup and her it's shrunk, it's back to normal, so it's not dilated anymore. And honestly, I think the reason why it was dilated was because I was holding my pee a lot. That actually affected the baby in a negative way as well. Yeah, that was all normal. And then they were like measuring my baby, and then they're like, your baby's stomach is super small. Like everything else is measuring fine, but the stomach is really small. So we are concerned that the baby is not getting enough nutrients from the placenta. So we have to monitor you every week. You have to come in twice a week to get monitored to make sure that the baby is getting enough nutrients, it's getting enough oxygen, and that the placenta is not deteriorating, blah, 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 blah. When they told me this, I didn't know that the stomach was measuring small or anything of that sort. They just told me, oh, your baby is measuring small. They didn't tell me like, it's just the stomach. I thought it was just like overall, and that didn't concern me because when I had my son, he was like 5 pounds, and that's like super, super small. And when I told the doctor that, like, yeah, I've had a small baby before. My baby was born at 5 pounds at one point. And he was like, okay, so then it's not like unusual. And I was like, yeah, you know, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't worry me. But they didn't tell me like, oh, this is what you should eat. This is what you should do. This is blah, blah, blah. They just were like, yeah, we need to see you twice a week because, you know, the baby is measuring on the small side. I'm like, okay. So then I call my doctor and I'm like, they told me my baby is measuring small and they want me to come in twice a week to get tested to see if the baby is under stress. And then also on top of that, they want me to come in a third time to do the ultrasound. And I was like, I am not about to come in 3 times a week. I have 2 kids and like, that's just not gonna work. Like, I cannot do that. And on top of that, like, I've had a small baby before, so it's not like, it doesn't worry me as long as the baby is like, you know, has all its body parts, it's functioning, it's moving around, it's healthy, like, I'm okay with it. And then she told me, well, it's not that the baby itself is measuring small, the baby is fine, it's just that the stomach is small. And I was like, what? Like, they didn't tell me just the stomach is small. They told me that the baby overall is measuring small. So when she told me that it's the stomach in particular, then I was like, okay, like, why is the stomach only small and everything else is like growing fine? So I went in the next week to go get checked. They checked the baby, they did the ultrasound, and then I got like the non-stress test. They basically want to see if the baby is moving, the baby's heart rate is good, all that stuff. And right when I sat in that hospital bed, they strapped the belt around my belly. The baby was going crazy, and they were just like, wow, like, your baby is totally fine. Like, you won't even need to be here that long because your baby is so active, it's moving around, the heart rate is going up and lowering when it's you know, not moving. And that's what we look out for. We want to make sure that the baby is moving, the baby's heart rate is raising when it's moving, it's lowering when it's not moving. So I was there, and yeah, they said everything is fine, you can go home. And then when I went in for my ultrasound, they did the Doppler, which is they basically see the tube that connects the baby to the placenta. They check the flow of the nutrients, they check the flow of, you know, whatever passes from the placenta to the baby. They check the baby and everything. They're like, yeah, everything is fine. I'm like, yeah, I know everything is fine, because I mean, you would know if something is wrong, right? But this is just to be cautious and just to be on the safe side, right? But it's just so hard for me because I have my 2 kids and I want to make sure like I'm there for them as well, and I'm not just like going on all these appointments when it's unnecessary. And it also affects like, okay, I'm not eating or I'm not drinking, or, you know, I'm stuck in traffic, I'm sitting in a car, like all uncomfortable with my belly. Like, I'd rather be doing something else. Like, I'd rather be home with my kids, right? I'd rather be eating comfortably or sitting comfortably, or, you know, like, I don't want to do it if it's unnecessary. And if you're pregnant, you know what I mean. But I mean, I get really happy when I do see my baby in the ultrasound screen. But other than that, I know my baby is moving. I know that because I could feel her moving literally throughout the day. This baby is the most active baby out of my 2 pregnancies. Yeah. What else? Oh, also another thing. So my prenatal vitamins, I ordered one that you have to take 3 times a day, because they have 2 like separate bottles, and I thought they were all the same, but apparently there's one bottle that you have to take 3 different times a day for it to amount to, amount to that one like whole like vitamin that you need, versus another one where you just take 1 pill and you're done. Well, I thought I ordered the one where you just take 1 a day. So for a month and a half, I've just been taking 1 pill when I should have been taking 3. So yeah, the last month and a half, I've been like super exhausted. I've been super sluggish. I've been just like not myself. And I was like wondering why. And one morning when I woke up, I said, you know what, let me check my prenatal vitamins. Let me see how much vitamins I'm getting. And I was just like in research mode, okay? So when I read it, I'm like, you gotta take 3 tablets. I'm like, holy crap, I've been taking just 1. So I've been taking a third of what I had to take. And for the past month and a half, that's what I've been doing. So I was so surprised. I contacted my doula. I was like, hey, I've been eating my prenatal vitamins wrong for the last month and a half, and I don't know if that has affected the growth of my baby or if it has anything to do with the fact that my baby's stomach is small or anything. And she's like, no, don't worry about it. There's some people who don't even take prenatals, and you don't have to worry about that. Don't think of it like that. Just increase your protein intake and, you know, just continue staying hydrated and just eat a lot of food. The more whole foods you eat, the better it is for you, for your baby, and for your energy and everything of that sort. So I was like, okay. And so that's where I'm at now. I've been taking my 3 tablets, you guys. Always read the bottle. It doesn't matter if it's from the same brand or whatnot, because they all look alike. Even if it's from the same brand, the bottle looks exactly alike, but one is 3 tablets, the other is 1 tablet. So when I ordered it online, I was in a rush, obviously, so I didn't really pay attention. I just thought I bought the same one, but I didn't. So that was a bummer. But yeah, I came here so I could start doing my a little yoga and a little bit of a warm up and exercise and try to get my body moving. And then I'm gonna go for a walk. So I just wanted to do a little quick bump date for you guys. That's what's been going on. It's crazy because it's the last few weeks of my pregnancy, and this is where all the, you know, this is where you're like, oh, I'm gonna have like that dream delivery and this is what I'm preparing for. But you know what? It's better to be prepared for the things that you don't want to happen. Like, always have a backup plan and always be prepared, because you never know what could happen. If all goes great, that's great. But just know that if things go wrong, you just got to make sure that you have, you know, a backup plan. So you're not, I don't know, just expect anything to happen, okay? And that is what I'm doing. I'm being open and I'm having an open mind, and I'm not going to like be disappointed in anything, because at the end of this, I just want to have a healthy baby and a baby that, you know, is healthy. So that is the whole point of this pregnancy journey. This is the whole point of, you know, us even having a baby. So I just want to make sure that throughout all of this, the baby is okay. And the hell with me, right? No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I mean, I think I'm strong enough. I could handle it and everything will be good. But that's it for this bump date. Usually I'm all glammed up, but not today. I'm literally still in my PJs because that's mom life, right?